It's going to be a fun day today. I'm actually going to try a workout that kind of pushes me mentally. I've been kind of stuck in a rut, doing cardio and being bored. So I created a workout called the 100 that I'm going to give a shot today. It's 100 squats at 100 pounds, bench press, push press, and then to close with burpees. So I'm going to see how long that takes and see if I don't break myself. But anyways, on to more pressing news, the daily financial updates. First and foremost, just going down the long list of stuff I have. First off, the Hong Kong protests. They've been going on quite a few months now. I'm actually a little amazed that it's not hitting my radar more. Right, I kind of get spurts of information, and I think, like I said months ago, that I think at some point China's going to get involved with with force. Right now, it seems to be tear gas and water cannons. I believe there was one tragic event where there was a gunshot. Um, I think somebody fell off a building, and some of those things I've been reading. But it, I think that's, I, I don't see how that doesn't get worse. Just seeing how the pieces are laid out. I really hope it just calms itself down, and whatever needs to be said is said, and people can go about resolving this without bloodshed. I just haven't seen anything that makes me think we're going to go that direction, and that's tragedy all around the. So I hope I'm wrong. Again, as I admitted in this video, I haven't seen enough information on this, so maybe there are some peace negotiations going on, and the only data hitting my radar are the negative stuff. So hopefully there's some positive stuff that I'm just not seeing. Looks like the trade war again. This just feels like one of those heart machines, where one day it's bad, one day it's good. Today it looks like you had China coming out and saying that we had some significant movement. Both sides voiced their concerns, really their core concerns, to quote the article appropriately. So I think phase one gets done. I think what's in phase one will be the interesting part. And again, realize the trade war is just one piece that's been melting up the stock market and assets. Also, it looks like the stock market is, they have this greed versus fear gauge, and right now it's flashing greed, and you would think so, right? With all these records we're having, and really, there's no concern. It sort of seems like, so be careful. Also, it looks like Saudi Arabia is going to have a very significant IPO next year. They're taking their oil and gas company public. Sadi Aramco, I believe is the name. They're only going to be selling about 1.5% of the company, but potentially a $1 trillion valuation. I always ask myself, why now? Oil's not particularly high. They're kind of awash in it across the world. Why are they going public? Looks like they could be running out of money, and their economy is so dependent on oil. They want to take some cash off the table and kind of diversify their economy. Again, I still ask, why now? Um, do they know something we don't know? Is it just simply, hey, we're an oil-based economy, and after 50 years or whatever it's been, it's not. We see a less bright future. Maybe we'll see. Then read an article about another NFL football player, National Football League football player. This one was the Patriots. Oh, I'm going to mispronounce this. Joejuan Williams. I really messed that up, so I apologize. But anyways, he lives off 10% of his income, and he actually credits a high school personal finance class. I want to know where he went to school, because I went to a supposedly, I don't know, at least, I don't know if it's nationally ranked, but a pretty good high school. And I don't remember taking a personal finance class, so good on him. Good on his school. And again, he credits his personal finance class with introducing him to the importance of savings. Again, he saw his mother, who grew up in assisted housing, or whatever he called it, in Nashville or in Tennessee. So he didn't come from much, and he's living off 10% of his income, and he's going to sacrifice now to be happy later. which is what we talk about on this channel. So if anybody knows anybody in the Patriots, I would love to mail him a book. Again, it's Joejuan Williams. Joejuan. I'm sorry. I'm trying. But if anybody knows anybody that knows somebody in his family or someone that can get me his address, I want to mail him a book because he's living the one rental at a time life, right? Sacrifice now so you can be happy later. So good on him. Did see an article about Canada's rise of kind of their own mini Silicon Valleys. Basically, tech companies are finding it a lot more advantageous to open up and run in Canada. And this is the kind of stuff that the Bay Area needs to worry about, right? I think the Bay Area is at a tipping point. Frankly, I think it's fell over, but you can argue it's still at the tipping point. Too many taxes, too expensive, not friendly. There's just so much stuff going on here. Why would you open up a tech company from scratch in the Silicon Valley today? You can go somewhere else where Canada is giving you government incentives, and there's a growing talent pool with college graduates, and now instead of coming to the U.S., a lot of talent goes to Canada. So you can definitely see how Canada over the next decade or two could have their own little Silicon Valleys, which would significantly impact the Bay Area, right? If the next Facebook, Google happen in Canada as opposed to the Silicon Valley, you're going to see housing prices and the like fall off a cliff. So we got to figure it out in the Bay Area if we want to be the Silicon Valley forever, which, given all the rules and stuff going on, it doesn't seem like we care. So next up, there's a real possibility that the U.S. economy may grow at 0% in Q4. Apparently, a couple of gauges of regions have flashed very small growth, like 0.1, 0.2. It was a surprise. But when you look at it, Q4 is coming on the back of lots of stuff that happened in Q3, right? Trade war hit the fan, GM and UAW, and all these other things. So it's probably not a surprise. It will be interesting to see if the trade war is enough to spark growth for Q1. But I think Q4 is going to be the realization that we have a lot of stuff going on. Then there's also Cisco's CEO basically highlighting, hey folks, the rest of the world, and the U.S., we don't know what's going on. It's no shocking that business expenses are down, or business investments, right? U.S., China, Hong Kong, Brexit in Europe, adjustments in Latin America, right? The whole world is kind of uncertain today, and it makes sense that with negative rates in Europe and Asia and lower rates in the U.S., it's going on. So probably shouldn't be a shock to us. But then again, if no growth in Q4, why are we at record highs on the stock market? You see how this kind of imbalances itself? And then last off, just a memory from childhood. I don't know about you, but a snack that I remember having a couple of times were Twinkies, these little pastries with cream-filled center. Well, it looks like they're coming out with a breakfast cereal. I don't know. I may have to try that just to have those memories of being a child. But also, that is going to be so sweet. Can you imagine Twinkies cereal and how much sugar and whatnot is in that? Crazy. Anyways, it's a partnership between Hostess and Post Cereal. I just saw that and it put a smile on my face. So, at the end of the day, lots going on. Be very cautious as we go into the end of the year. There's a lot of people being excited, kind of pushing stocks higher. However, we have to realize that the rest of the world is very uncertain today, which could tip us into, slower growth, we'll call it. And wish me luck on this challenging workout. I am going to give it a shot. It could take me almost an hour to get through, so we'll see how I break it up and put it together. But 100 squat, 100 push press, 100 bench press, and 100 burpees, which I'm really not looking forward to. So at the end of the day, take care, have fun. We will talk to you tomorrow. I do have a great interview coming up here at 8 o'clock my time. And I did a video yesterday that I will post sometime today about my thoughts on out-of-state burr investing, which you should enjoy. All right.